Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial on Android login and registration system. Last time what we did was we created our session manager class to handle all of our sessions whenever the user logs in to the app. Now what we're going to do next is create a SQL Lite database, and basically that the database will hold information when the user logs in, so that if we want to access the user's email or password, we can just go to the database, go to the SQL Lite database instead of going to the API and making another call from there. Okay, so whenever you're ready, go down to the helper package and create another class, and this one will be called SQL Lite Handler. Okay. And this is going to handle creating the database, creating the table, and storing the details of the user within the database. Okay, and this class extends the Java SQL Lite Open Helper class. So you can browse it, or you can just say you can just create the class and then extend from that. Okay. So I'm just looking for the SQL Lite Open Helper, and I use that as a super class. Okay, and I click finish. And once I create my class, then I have these two methods already ready to go. Now all I have to do is just add in my additional information. Okay, so it's asking for more, constructors and so on. So we're going to create that in a moment. Okay, so first thing that we need is the tag again to identify the class. So public static final string tag, and this is going to be SQLite handler, a class, a get simple thing. Okay. Once you have that, then we can move on to the next one. We're going to create more variables, more static variables that we're going to need for the class. Okay, so let's create those. Okay, we're going to have a couple of variables that we're going to need. So I'm just declaring them here. You guys can do the same as well. Okay, just additional variables. If you would like, you can actually add these variables into your app config file if you feel like using it. Well, for this tutorial in particular, we're just going to be doing these guys inside this class. So it doesn't matter where you have it. You can have it in the app config file, or you can have it inside this class. As long as you're able to access those information later on, then that's fine. So this one is the key ID. Now, these particular variables will be used for the actual database itself. Okay. So final string key name. Email, and this one will be key underscore UID. Let's say UID. String key underscore created at okay. So that's all of our variables done. Now we can move on to the next part, which is creating the constructor, so we can get rid of this error that we're having here. Okay, so go ahead and say public SQL Lite Handler and this will take in a context. Okay. And then we can say super bracket, and then the super then will take in the context. Okay, and then it's going to take in the database name, and it's going to take in null, and then it's going to take in the database version. Okay. Now let's see, am I missing something? So we have context, need to import context, and constructor call must be the first statement. Let's see. All right, spelling mistakes. Always sorry. All right, once you have that spelling mistakes corrected, we can move on to the next one. So the next method that we want to modify is the onCreate method. Okay, so if you don't have this method created yet, so create that method now. Make sure you add the override. Okay, so inside the onCreate method, we're going to create our table. Okay, so string create table. Okay, and the string will be create table space, I'm going to say plus table, let's go name, okay, plus bracket, okay, so we say plus key underscore ID, okay, and plus in the quotes we want to say integer primary key, okay, say plus key name, plus this one will be a type of text, okay, say plus key, let's go email, okay, and we say plus, this will be a type text unique, okay, say plus key underscore UID to a type text, and the next one is key also created, let's go at, and this will be a type text as well, okay, say plus bracket, okay, and semicolon. All right, just make sure you have this in that particular order, just so that you don't confuse yourself. Okay, and then we're going to say db.execute SQL, and we're going to say create table. Okay. And then just to make sure that the database is created, we're going to do a log d, and we say tag, and the message will be database. So database table created. Okay, so that's that part done. Now we're moving on to the on upgrade. Okay, and then in the on upgrade, we're going to say db.execute SQL, and then the statements will be drop table if exists. Okay, and this will be plus table underscore name. Okay, and then after that, then we're going to call it on create. We're going to say on create, and we pass in db. Okay, so we drop the table and then we create another one. Okay. Now the next method is going to add the user. Okay, so we're going to say public void add user, and then this is going to take a couple of parameters. Okay, so it's going to be string name, string email, string UID, string created underscore at. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say SQL Lite database db is equal to this dot get writable database. Okay, and then after that we're going to say content values and is equal to new content values. Okay, make sure you import the content values. And then after that you can say values dot put, you can say key name, key underscore name, and then here we're going to take name. Okay, values dot put key underscore email. Okay, we're going to take email. Then we say again values dot put key underscore UID, and then we say here UID. Okay, other one is values dot put key underscore created at, and we take in created at. Okay, so once you have these 4 values done, then you can say long id is equal to db insert. Okay, so we say table name, table underscore name, and here we say null, and then the values will be values. Okay, and then after that you can say db.close, and then you just log that and say new user, insert new user was added to SQL Lite. Okay. All right. So that's adds the user. Now another method will be for getting the user. So we want to say public hash map. Okay, and this will return type string, and this will be get user details. Okay. So import the hash map from Java util, and then say hash map string, call it temp. Okay, is equal to new hash map of type string, and then down the bottom just say return temp. Okay, and then in between that you want to say okay, SQLite database db is equal to this the get readable database. Okay, and then you're going to say cursor is equal to db.raw query. Okay, and the raw query is going to do a select query, which I forgot to query. Okay, so just call it select query. Okay, and the second one will be null, just like that. Now we need to create the select query, so go back just over here and say string select query, and is equal to, you say select star from, say plus table underscore name. Okay, and then make sure you import the cursor as well from the Android database. And then what you can say is after cursor you can say cursor move to first. Okay, and then you say if cursor dot get count is greater than 0. Okay, then we're going to say temp dot put, we're going to say name. Okay, name will be equal to cursor dot get string, and string will be 1. Okay, now you can copy this 4 times. Okay, 4, and the next one, then the second one will be email, and then change the cursor position to 2. The third one is the UID, change the position to 3, and the fourth one is the created at, change the position to 4. Okay, then after the if statement you can say cursor dot close, and you can say db dot close. Okay, and then you can say just log dot d, say tag, and you can say fetching user info from SQLite. Okay, and that's it. So that's that part's done. And now the last 2 methods. So the next one we're going to do is create a method that counts to see if, well, it just counts the number of rows in the database. Okay, Okay, so to count the number of rows, we're going to say public int get row count. Okay, and then in here we're going to say string count query is equal to select star from say plus table underscore name. Okay, and then we're going to say SQL Lite database db is equal to this dot get readable database. Okay, and then after that, spelling mistake, right? And then after that, you're going to say cursor just going to call it C and is equal to db dot raw query. Okay, and then the raw query you're going to pass in the count query, and then here it's going to be null, and then here you're going to say int count is equal to, just got actually say int raw count is equal to c dot get count. Okay, I get column counts, get count, and then after that you can say db dot close, say c dot close, and then you can say return row count. All right, and for the last message, for the last method, say public void delete user. Okay, so whenever the user logs out, we just need to delete the information from the SQL Lite database. Okay, so SQL Lite database db is equal to this dot get writable database. Okay, and we'll say db dot delete, and we're going to say table underscore name, and the where clause is null, and the where args is null as well. Okay, and then we're going to say db dot close, and we're going to say log dot d tag, I'm going to say user has been deleted from SQL Lite. Okay, so once you have this done, then that's your SQL handler done. Okay, so now we can actually move on to I think I might be missing something here. Let's see. All right, yeah. Just come back to the add user method. Okay. Just down where you have your log tag, you can just type in plus ID just to display which ID was added. Okay. Okay, so once you have that, then that's everything done. Okay, so now we're moving on to the actual activity pages where we're going to do our logins and register. Okay, so let's see how much I have left here. Let's see. So I will see you guys on the next video.